It's written. It doesn't have to go through a board. It doesn't have to go through approval. What you're referencing is something such as a peer-reviewed document,
Correct.
a journal, or something like that. So if you're going to use the terminology, if you write any of those documents in the past had to go through a board, a government.
Correct.
That is incorrect.
It does.
Yep. No, it doesn't. Good watch. If I go through the, does it have to go through the government?
The paper with Abraham Lincoln was written by Abraham Lincoln, and we're doing studies about specific events in the past predating anything that science or intrinsic science can prove.
So you're
It
saying
needs to be written by a doctor.
You're saying before intrinsic science. Could you give me a date range?
Okay, so let's just go back to the baptism of Jesus.
Okay, that'd be funny if we actually knew that Jesus existed.
He actually did exist.
How do we know?
Can't prove that.
They found his blood. They had his blood.
They did not. Oh, dude, you did not bring up Ron Wyatt.
Listen. Now, listen. Time out. Now you see why I said what I said to you. Now you see what I said. What I said to you, right? You just said some complete bullshit, and you think a person's going to believe that because the job that you claim to have.
Ever heard of
I'm very serious. Listen. I don't believe. Listen. I would bet you right now that you can't prove that you work in the field that you said you do. I would bet right now. Do you want to bet?
What do you mean? I don't.
Because you can't prove that.
To me that you're not. No. I'm saying that.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
I would like you to prove that. No. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. You know why? Because you're not smart enough.
He did die. Okay. And there was a robe upon his body.
Dude. Do you know how? Do you know how they prove with blood? You know how they prove that blood is attached to a person? Do you know how that process works?
The process? No, I'm not a biologist.
So why the fuck are you listen, stop. If you don't have the basic understanding of how that works, don't do that, because you are showing your ignorance. And that goes back to what I just said before. There's no way that you're in the field that you're in. You're not smart enough. And I'm going to tell you why. This is why that's not true. Anybody knows this. For them to be able to prove that is Jesus's blood, whatever blood it would be, right? You would also have to cross-reference that with a family member of his. So there's nobody for him. There's nobody for his family members. That's 100% bogus as fuck.
It was,
and I'm a college dropout. I'm a college dropout, and I know that. Have you ever watched Maury Povich? That's how I know that. Who is you gonna cross-reference this blood with to prove it's his? Who?
Have you seen the papers written on it?
Hold on,
bro. You are fried and dumb as a
motherfucker. Dr. Jordan Peterson.
Wait a minute, hold on. To Israel. Dr. Jordan Peterson. Great. So let's discuss history. Hi. Why? Hold on, bro. To Israel. Up mine about your claim. The claim that you're making is actually claimed by Ron Wyatt. Ron Wyatt was a known fraudster. He was a nurse and anesthesiologist who wanted to pretend to be an archaeologist. And he claimed he would go around the world and find all these pieces of evidence for Jesus. Not a single one of them was ever produced, and one of them was he found the blood of Jesus. He found the blood of Jesus, and supposedly he took it to an Israel blood lab. And there they got a report, and the report said it was his claim.
Correct.
No lab in Israel has ever said that they did that. The name of the lab was never revealed. The lab report was never revealed. The actual blood vial was never revealed. He made a claim that was never proven. And then I heard you say they found the robe. So if you're going to be specific, what you mean is they found the robe. Right, great. So when was the Shroud of Turin dated to? Anytime now.
Well, I don't know off the top of my head. I'll have to look
Waiting. It'd be the 14th century.
Okay.
So the Shroud of Turin also isn't Jesus. And if you went by the Bible, the Shroud of Turin is one piece of cloth, but Jesus was wrapped in two. So they can't both be true. Now, would you like to try to went by the Bible?
They did carbon dating, and you stated with the carbon dating that they...
It wasn't carbon dating. Because you think it's carbon dating, but if you were the mechanical engineer, you would know that you actually use multiple types of dating when we're trying to do any sort of work like that.
I know how carbon dating works, but if they didn't use carbon dating, how did they do it?
Wait a minute. No. When they test something, do they only use carbon dating?
From what I understand, they use carbon dating.
No, they don't. In fact, they never just use one method. The whole way you'd be able to tell is you use multiple methods, and they look for where it corroborates. You never just do carbon dating.
What are the multiple methods other than carbon dating?
There's various methods of radiometric dating. We know the datings of other elements.
What are those other elements? Because carbon dating...
For example, potassium. See, what you did was you tried to come up with some bullshit information and think you
okay, I gotta look that up. That's interesting.
Oh, wonderful. Great. So that's two things you need to look up. Is there any more things I need to teach you?
Are you in front of a computer, sir? In front of ChatGPT?
Yep. Wait a minute. Why would I be giving you help? I'm asking you
because
for your evidence.
Obviously, like so I'm not in front of a computer.
So far, your evidence has been the row, which you didn't even know the name of. We had to cover that, but even you didn't even know what it was. You didn't know the dating of it. You didn't know the information about it. Then you also went and talked about the blood. The blood doesn't work either because you made a claim that Jesus existed.
Yeah, he did exist. So he was an actual man in history.
Great. How do we know that? What sources did you use?
His prophets actually died.
His prophets? Which prophet?
All his prophets? All 12?
Which one? Which one? Name one.
We're going to start with John.
Okay, John. Great. How did John unalive?
So what you're doing right now is just going into...
I'm doing historical evidence. You said these prophets died. So I'm asking...
prophets died. Okay, so if they died, all his prophets died on the name that he was the Lord God.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Once again, when you say John, first off, which John do you mean? And second, how did John unalive? You have read your whole Bible, right?
Yes, I read the whole Bible. Do I memorize the whole Bible? No. I'm not in front of a computer right now, like you are.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and move. My computer's not even on right now. You think I'm bringing this up off?
So why are you away?
Because I have an education.
No, why are you away from the screen now? Like,
why am I away from the screen? Because I'm having a conversation with you.
Very strange. No, but you were having a conversation.
It's very wait a minute. Hold on. You think it's strange that somebody is paying attention to the conversation? That says more about you. Do you often
I'm actually speaking to somebody who's having a conversation? I actually had a question for you. So you do believe that you're in... I thought I was talking to the other...
It's not belief. The thing is, it's not belief.
So
we know
you do believe that you're a finite creature.
It's not a belief. It's a knowledge claim. We know we are finite creatures. We are mortal.
All right. So do you understand that we have to create a relationship with the unknowable?
No, we don't. How do you create a relationship with a mystery?
No, do I take Moses it on a date? Right? Moses
didn't exist either.
Moses did exist. Are you serious?
No, he didn't provide the evidence that he existed.
Lord Jesus. This man is actually saying that actual people in history didn't exist.
Great. Do you know how we determine if people in history existed? Do you know how we do that? The methodology.
This is incredible. Now I have to.
I can help you. Great.
I'm gonna bring out my sources. Just give me a moment.
Wonderful. Bring up your source. This is gonna be fun.
And this is gonna be great.
Oh yeah.
Be ready for this though, because I know how to do fact finding.
Really? Why haven't you done it before? Says the man that says we found Jesus' blood. Why didn't you fact find that? Why didn't you look up the Shroud of Turin and understand the dating of that? Yeah, he thinks I'm just lying about being a historian. We need some elevator music or something playing. Waiting for the Christian to find his info. Anytime now. You would think you would have some better knowledge than this by now if you were going to come up on a panel and stretch your stuff. I guess your peacock feathers were all puffed up and trying to be a mating dance, but then it got cut off. Now you're just walking around a bald bird. And now you're just trying to find a toupee to cover up your shame right now. Oh, unkindness. I have a speech impediment. That's just mean. I can't do that. And here I win and put the picture up for you and everything. Write down that I think he's going to say, I'm going to just write this down ahead of time, just in case. Let's see what it does. I like doing the predictions. Let's see if my predictions is right. I'm going to go with, okay. I really got to clean up my desk. Oh, unkindness. It's okay. Jeez, I'm just playing around. Anka not have a section of M for Moses? Did you not pay for the full set? Did you like pay for A, B, C, and then stop there and figure that'd be enough? But this man, I got enough evidence. I got 3 books. That's more than enough sources for me.
Yeah, you were talking about.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Look what you wrote down, okay? See what you wrote down? I'm going to show you what I wrote down as what I predicted his evidence would be.
Is this saying praying doesn't do anything or what?
I called it. Your claim would be that the Exodus happened. Cool. So let's talk about the Exodus then. Could you tell me what Pharaoh was in power during the Exodus?
I don't have my sources in front of me, so basically...
No one knows because the Pharaoh is never actually mentioned. Now, some biblical historians want to say it's Ramses, so let's use Ramses II. Let's go to the next step. Okay, so if it's Ramses II, considering the events that happened, what did all the trading partners and allies and enemies of Egypt write about this catastrophe happening to one of the greatest of the time period? Because you know they traded with other nations. Anything? Ooh, let's go one step further. So, according to the Exodus story, we have firstborns being unalive, river, the Nile turning red.
That was Egyptian.
Plagues. Yes, that would be during the Exodus.
That was Egyptians that would
Right.
who was still
You're
alive.
not listening. You're not listening. And then most of the Egyptian army gets swallowed up trying to chase after. Jeez, who's breathing in my ear? Dude, not sexy time. That's hilarious.
What's up, y'all?
Oh, I heard that one, though. I heard that one. We're just going to drop you and get the hell out of here.
So now you want to be racist because you can't refute shit, right?
Oh, that's
that was
what it is.
That's all. No, this one just staying silent. This one just staying silent.
Mm-hmm.
So, here's my question. Do you know what Kush is? Do you know what Kush is? Okay.
I'm about to say my cologne.
Great.
Thanks,
Kush was neighboring. Was a neighboring enemy of Egypt. Hated Egypt. Kush would have easily ran into Egypt and conquered them if most of their army had just been unalived by being drowned in the Red Sea. Or they would have laughed and definitely would have wrote stories about it because, again, they hated Egypt. In fact, they hated Egypt so much at one point they did conquer Egypt. And there's a specific dynasty that Egypt actually tried to scrub away from their history until modern times when it got reinforced that needs to be part of the history and brought back as a lost dynasty situation. But when we look for evidence historically, the claim is the story. Your claim is the Exodus. That's the story. So we look for primary and secondary sources to determine whether or not that event has happened. We have 0 primary sources, which would be hard to find out because we have no idea when this is secondary sources. Not a single other civilization talks about this grand destruction and bringing down of one of the most dominating empires of the time period. So once again, please show me the evidence the Exodus happened, because that was your evidence that Moses existed. Hey, Ravens, I see ya. Thank you. Hi. So I'm waiting.
You're going basically also against what the Jews actually believe in as well.
No, actually not. In fact, we have many rabbis that are friends, and they will flat out tell you the Exodus didn't actually happen. It is a story, a fable. It's meant to teach lessons, but it was not a historical event. Nor do they state that Moses existed. Moses is a literary character. It's a narrating point so that the reader has something to focus the story through.
Oh, okay.
Only Christians take the text literal.
No,
Jewish people don't.
3,000 years from now, right? We say that even though we know Dr. Martin Luther King was a great man, and for some reason we lose a physical evidence of this information.
Yeah,
those people actually specify.
You got your analogy wrong. You got your analogy wrong because you're trying to make it about one single person. Your evidence was the Exodus. The equivalent of that
Moses.
Would be yes, you did.
I specified
you said Moses. When you asked, when I asked you for evidence from Moses, you wrote specifically that he led the Hebrews out of Egypt during the Exodus. He led the Exodus, and he wrote the first 5 books.
He did.
Okay. Problem. There's no historical evidence of that whatsoever.
So who wrote the 5 books?
We don't know. It's anonymous.
Oh, okay. So now because you want to prove a point and say, well, we can't prove Moses, so the books don't actually exist either.
No,
do you know what the fucking word anonymous means?
They just don't know. They just don't know who wrote it. They know the book is real. They just don't know who did it.
I'm now absolutely positive.
No, they just don't accept that it was Moses.
I now am positive Reggie's right.
It wasn't Moses.
They don't know.
They
don't know. And the reason why is because he wrote about his own death. That's not possible, right?
That's
and Genesis 1 contradicts Genesis 2. So they
Well,
don't know.
actually,
They're
got-
saying it's probably like, listen, they think there's about 8 to 11 writers.
And it's backwards.
There were
It's supposed to be
actually
Genesis
4
2
to
and
5
then
writers on Exodus. It wasn't just Moses.
So
he wrote the first.
okay.
So, wait a minute. How do you know? Sorry.
So if you know that, why do you think that Moses is real?
Because he started the books.
Bruh.
Sir.
But I really need to point this out.
Hell.
Hold on, sir, child. Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, we're speaking with Conscious for a moment.
Just for a moment.
Okay.
I tried. Let me just wrap this up real fast. I tried to have this conversation in good faith. I really did. But I'm absolutely positive what Reggie says is true. There is no way you got a higher education degree. Because I want to point out, and if nobody heard, I did. Your argument when we said it is anonymous was that because it's anonymous, the books don't exist. Which tells me you don't know what anonymous means.
You're saying that you don't know who they are, but you're denying who wrote the books. That's like denying God that wrote the Bible.
No, dude. Anonymous means we don't know who the writer is. It doesn't mean the books don't exist, which is what you claimed.
He's hard capping.
So what you're
That's what he's
also claiming, okay, so what you're also claiming is that the writers of the Bible didn't exist either. Since we have no
Oh yeah, they're anonymous. They're not, the writers of the Bible are anonymous. The attribution of those people were until 1.
Okay, great. So that also
Ignatius.
makes all the other religions anonymous as well.
No, we actually do know Muhammad. Well, right is a tricky word on that, but we do have other religions that have actual people.
Muhammad
used
used
scriptures.
the Bible as a
Yeah, I don't just
But that's the thing. If we believe that Muhammad wrote it, and he was 6
But look, there's something.
Yes.
Marcos.
people.
Marcos.
make it simple. Biblical scholars themselves will state that the Gospels are anonymous. Attribution of the authorship wasn't until around 125 CE by church tradition.
That's
And
true.
even if
all
they
of the
were
Gospels are easy to disprove, all of them.
Right. And then let's go one more step. Let's say they were the writers. They weren't eyewitnesses. Eyewitnesses don't write about events they weren't there for. And then we could look at the
same logic, though.
Sorry.
With his same logic, though, right? You see how Islam copied from Christianity?
Mm-hmm.
You see it? You don't see how Christianity copied from Judaism and now changing the rules to it? You don't see it?
I understand that Judaism did superseded by 4,000 years. It was 4,000. All right, but that's not the point that I'm trying to say. Because if Judaism actually was written by individuals that we don't know because it was going way too far back, but these books were written by specific people that named themselves on those books as the chapters to back them up.
No, they didn't. They didn't name the chapter.
Conscious.
It
Does
is
that
not
prove that your religious convictions are true? Oh, he teacup.
So I'm basically looking up information right now in regards to a little more.
Conscious. Does knowing the authors prove that your religious convictions are true?
Why would the authors just make up a radical name?
Because people make shit up all the time.
Okay, so that's just basically your.
I mean, you made up your degree.
Damn sure did. Real quick too. Quick, fast, and hurry.
No, I mentioned my degree because I understand.
Hold on. Stop. Stop.
Yep.
You mentioned your degree because you want to show that you see how science works. But that they found the blood of Jesus. When you know there's no science to back that, like I said, there's no way you can cross-reference the blood type, the DNA, or none of that shit. So you need to leave that science lie alone because it's starting to be up there with the Wilt Chamberlain lie. Do you know what the Wilt Chamberlain lie is?
Well, what I'm trying to explain is that they did.
No. Do you know what the Wilt Chamberlain lie is? It's
specified that it was missing a chromosome because, of course, Homo sapiens have how many chromosomes? 24 chromosomes. We couldn't find the 24th chromosome, which is the.
And that makes it Jesus.
There's an echo.
And that makes it Jesus.
There's an echo.
And that makes it Jesus just because they found a blood sample that's missing a chromosome, so we know it's Jesus. That's proof.
And
The
they
conscious
did it.
processes provide the peer review study for that. DOI number, please.
Not only that, I gave him the exact scenario, and he was like, "Yeah, that's him." So you know it was
Can't
Ron
prove
Wyatt.
it.
You knew all the information. Apparently, knew all the information I gave you, and now you're saying, "Oh no, it actually is true." So I'm just going to ask you one simple question, Khan. I'm going to just go with Khan because I see the name The Khans, and that fits perfectly with you.
Right.
Name the lab.
Sure don't got that degree.
Name the lab. That's all you have to do. Name the lab.
You believe in a motherfucking RN, a goddamn nurse, and you talking about you got a fucking PhD. Fuck out of here.
Khan, name the lab.
Yeah, that's what I want to know because I've always heard this stuff that's like that they're saying with Jesus's blood and all this other stuff, but they can't. It came from like who, like what ancestor did they cross-reference it?
That's what
like
that's what I'm saying. That's
I just go with logic. Wouldn't that lab become the most famous lab ever? Christians would be throwing that lab.
Did they find his mom, his brother, his niece? Who?
That lab would put a giant plaque up saying, "We found Jesus' blood."
I swear.
Exactly.
They would
But
visit
you
that
don't see
lab
it.
more than they would his grave.
I know,
don't
that'd be a
see
pilgrimage.
who has the Nobel Peace Prize or nothing. Like you don't see anybody.
Yeah, Ron Wyatt would
Sir
won all
Child,
the
you
Peace
have a lot of
Prizes.
background.
Sorry.
You have a lot of background, Sir Child.
Sorry, baby.
Go ahead.
I overtalked you. Sorry. I'll just say he would
No, go
win
ahead,
all
go
the
ahead.
awawards. Ron Wyatt would have won all the awards.
All of the listen, they would have
He
a
would be
shrine
a
for him.
saint.
He would be murdered. He had to die first. So, yeah, but he would be a saint. Definitely.
There'd be pictures on him, next to him and next to the Pope.
I swear.
There'd be statues. They'd take that Jesus statue in Rio de Janeiro and change it into him.
God, Ron Wyatt.
And the location
nurse.
where he was crucified, they were stating that they found his blood. And it
God,
was-
fuck. Were you looking at that the whole time when we asked you for the lab?
Thank you for the good.
No, but that's
Can
the
you answer
thing.
the
It's-
question?
Like that's what I'm remembering
What
off the
lab
top
was
of
it?
my head.
But you were researching something else, which means
I'm
you had
researching
access to
something else.
research.
I'm researching something else. Yes.
So to try to find some new evidence. And now the
No, obviously,
I mean-
if they're gonna find it anywhere, it'll be the
Stay
location
on
where he
top
bled
of
the
it.
most.
Stay on top of it.
wait a minute. Do you think that Ron Wyatt found the blood where Jesus was crucified? That is where you think he found it?
I'm stating that there was a location where an abundance of blood was found underneath the crucifixion location.
Wow.
So do you
Okay,
think
so
a
I'm
nurse
just
is that smart?
Hold on. I'm going to find out where he's getting this misinformation from. One moment.
Con, can you tell us what a peer review study is? Can you tell us what a DOI number is?
That's the same person that said he found Noah's Ark in Turkey. It's just this man. He's just so special. He can just crack all the
he
clues.
lying.
Knowing he's lying. He's not even he don't even got the permits to go to these places, to search these places like that. Right? And you mean to tell me that after thousands of years of people looking, real archaeologists, right? And excavate teams or whatever the fuck they're called, Ron White just stumbled right into it. Yeah, right.
What degree did Khan say he had, by any chance?
Mechanical
But it was a
engineer.
baller. It was ballerific. And that's why I was trying to tell him, because he got me off track. The Wilt Chamberlain lie is the greatest, biggest lie, fabrication, exaggeration of all time, right? That man said he slept with 20,000 women in the 60s. Yeah, right. Ain't no way.
Yeah. So, again, the whole thing we're looking at is apparently his claim about where the blood came from is one version of Ron Wyatt's story that claims he found this blood at the base of Jesus, which surprises me that a nurse anesthesiologist is the one that happened to find this blood, but no one else ever has. A location that has been examined and researched and explored, but no, Ron Wyatt found all this blood that everybody else missed.
Yo, bro, shut
A
that
nurse.
shit up, gang. You don't.
You gotta go, bitch.
First of fucking all, who the fuck is you walking up in here? You don't just go and bust into somebody's fucking house. You knock on the goddamn door.
I'm a motherfucking gatekeeper.
Who is there? He's not mentally stable.
He got some mental issues.
No. I'm talking about the guy who was all up on me. Not Star whatever.
I didn't mean to come
This
in
guy.
like that. It's just
Yeah.
certain.
Oh, wow.
About you need to get some bars,
I
sir,
know.
because we can't. You need some bars before you even come try. Before you go pray about it, do whatever it is you need to do.
I don't want to cut nobody off, but
What you follow me for?
And the Bible says.
So wait a minute, why are you saying that?
What you follow me for? This some weirdo shit.
If we take it back a little bit, that
What
lab
you
that you
follow
was
me
asking for is the Vatican. Because I was saying
Nah,
Vatican doesn't have a
slow down for a
answer.
second. Slow down 1 second. What you follow me for?
I texted y'all. So I followed y'all to text y'all because if we take it back a little bit,
Hold on 1 second. What?
the lab, it's the Vatican.
There's some weird shit. See, the thing is about consent, you're supposed to ask.
Original Bible.
I'm supposed to ask to follow you.
Yes, I ask everyone to follow.
So I can't just
Yes,
I'm
ask me
alive,
for consent.
and I'm hearing, so I have to ask you to follow
Yes,
you.
ask me for consent.
That don't
Yes.
even make sense.
I know it don't to
The
Christians.
Codex of
You
Science.
just said it don't make sense.
London Museum.
I know it don't to Christians.
I'm not a Christian, so
The
what are
Codex
we
of
talking about?
Science Is the London Museum.
Yeah, don't fucking follow me.
Hey, Con,
Or Google.
Assumptions. I don't
do
even
you
know what you're
realize?
talking about.
Both of you hush for a second. Con, do you realize that somebody's having another conversation in Willow voice trying to sneak it in there?
Man, he could
It's
talk.
doing
Go
jack
ahead.
shit.
No, I'm reading stuff that's in the
Yeah.
You can't listen to the whole championship. You can't tell a person what they can or can't do here. Champion.
Well, I can't do unless he
I was
overrides
just
me.
reading.
So we're gonna speak. You're just letting another person do the same
Great.
thing.
So, champion. Now, hold on. Now,
I'm
champion.
about.
We're going to start with the line that
Aesthetics
you made.
Cats is literally doing the same thing.
Okay.
So fucking what?
I'm sorry that. First off,
He's
I'm
a
sorry your
mod,
reading
and I'm a
comprehension.
mod.
Yeah. First off, I'd like to say I'm sorry your reading comprehension goes to the first grade if you can't understand the term is atheist cats. Second, you came up with a lie. You came up saying, I'm sorry I didn't mean to come up here like that. No, you absolutely did mean to come up here like that. Or you just don't have much self-control.
I just said, yeah, I pulled up like that. What?
Right,
I pulled
great.
up like that, and then I.
So, wait a minute.
The reason
Great,
why
wonderful.
I said what I said.
No. I didn't realize I got done talking. See, you wait. I will finish, and then I will give you permission to talk. That's how it's going to go right now. You came up here and immediately went after me. Now, if you want piece of me, if you want play, we can play. I am an equal opportunity whipper. But you're gonna have to be polite about it to begin with. Because there are certain rules in this house. We don't know your age, we don't know religion. Those are the two things you always have to answer to begin with.
You don't.
So let's do this properly. So actually, we do need to know that. The host needs to know that. The host.
Y'all searching for answers. The answers is inside the breath.
You're not searching what you believe in. What's your religion and how old you are? How old are you?
I'm eternal. If that's the better answer for you.
Me too. Eternally never come back.
Yeah, I'd say you're eternally a minor. And no, we are going to call you Khan because that's pretty much what you've been, Khan. You literally just tried to suggest that the Vatican has the original Bible, which shows me you don't understand how original was seen is the oldest copy that we have at the moment. Not the oldest, it's not the original.
The Vatican.
By using that terminology, you're showing your lack of knowledge about you're showing your lack of knowledge. You would not say it's the original. You say it's the earliest copy.
Have you been over there?
To where?
Have you?
Where?
I have, and I have been to Israel.
Oh, great. So have I. What about being in Israel proves the
visit? You understand that they're tablets, correct?
No.
You've been to the Vatican. Every
right.
Like
which tablets
the
are
tablets are the original Bible.
Which tablets?
They were written on tablets.
They were not written on tablets. They would not have written on tablets.
What tablets?
Do you know what the tablets are?
No, because you're not telling us. You're asking over and over and over. What tablets are you talking about? This motherfucker is fried.
Moses.
Conscious?
This is pathetic.
Con?
This is pathetic.
Conscious? I have a question for you.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
I have
What's the
faith in the
fundamental
fact
theorem of
that
calculus?
what's written is true.
You got faith in some shit.
Wait,
Listen, you got
I
faith
asked
in
you a
some
question.
shit and you don't even know what the fuck you talking about.
Conscious? What's the fundamental theorem of calculus? Fast.
I'm sorry?
What is the fundamental theorem of calculus?
Why are you trying to go into the fundamental theorem of calculus? I don't know.
Okay.
Because you don't know
so
shit.
what's the integral of e to the x? Dx.
No, I'm a mechanical engineer. So
I wish you should be able to answer calculus 1
He
question.
didn't ask that. Just answer the question.
No, I don't need to answer questions. This is not a
Okay.
Okay, well, you can
What's up?
fucking drop then.
All right, drop me. All right.
He's capping.
Are you sure you're
He's
not a
capping. Don't
mechanic?
drop. Don't drop him. Don't drop him. He's capping.
Man, we want him.
Should know the answer to.
Right, but we want to
He's
keep
fucking
him.
lying.
I
He's
just
fucking
dropped
lying.
it.
He dropped himself.
Oh,
He's fucking lying. That motherfucker, he changed tires. That's what the fuck you do. And be proud of it. You work at Walmart. Be proud. You don't gotta sit here and make these big ass laws. Well, I'm just no, you ain't.
hey,
No, you ain't.
The mechanical things on cars and I can't touch. I do not disparage anybody from being that career. You have knowledge I don't have. But don't say you're something you're not.
He is not a mechanical engineer. If he took as much like that.
Well, I mean, Angry, I don't know if you was here, but when we pointed out that we don't know who wrote the first books, his answer was, oh, because they're anonymous, they don't exist. That what I don't think he knew what the word anonymous was.
He did.
No, he doesn't. But if he was saying he's a mechanical engineer, he was lying for sure.
I mean, his first evidence was the blood of Jesus. Come on.
No, he was trying to say some
do.
shit that was. I tried to say the stupidest thing I could possible to him to make him understand. To us, like, I'm gonna do no more. And he still just kept going with that shit. Like, who the fuck is you cross-referencing this blood with? Who? Stupid.
And the answer to the second question, it was just e to the x. Literally what I just told him. So he should have like said it like right away. Boom.
He had to chat. He had to chat GPT it. He already said he used chat GPT.
Oh, now he wants to answer the question in the comments. Really?
He's not even answering the question.
Right. He chat GPT.
Right.
Well, the internet made fun of me. Can you tell me what this means so I can sound smart?
Still got AOL.
There's Doc Holliday in the comment section. He says the power of Christ compels you.
No, it compels me how you believe in such a myth. That's the only power that compels me. How you could just make excuses for shit that you know ain't true. Motherfucker ain't unalive and then wake back up 3 days later. Sunday to Friday to Sunday, which is 2 days max. None of that shit ain't happening. I want a cell phone, not a computer. Well,
Conscious.
get you a better
I've answered
phone.
the question, the integral question, really fast.
Well, what you did was
still got an Obama phone. He ain't been a president 12 years. That's on you.
See, what you did was, since you're no longer in the live, we can't tell when you teacup to look something up. So all you did was you kept the live on, and you looked up the information, cut it, so you could come back here and paste it.
Probably was using the internet from his PlayStation.
Nothing.
And you know he can't afford no PlayStation.
3?
He can't afford 2. Well, the 2 is actually more expensive for time now. You know he does all this stuff on a Casio wristwatch. You know, one of those old wristwatches that had the calculator on it that you had you type in it. That's what he's doing it on.
Mm-hmm.
Prayer works no matter how you cut it.
Trains, Planes, Automobiles. Remember that movie?
Oh,
I love that movie.
Which is weird. Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. I just thought that's coming. That's going to be interesting, at least.
He went hard.
You speak with slur. Are you referencing my speech impediment? Is that what you mean by slur?
He's picking on people's disabilities.
Oh no,
Or
I'm
is he
don't
trying to
think like
say?
that.
Or is he
If
trying
we
to say
reject-
that he didn't hear the question when I asked him the question?
If we reject what we can't
No.
Even though
understand, that
you
means your
ask-
God is the God of confusion.
Even though Atheist Cats literally was holding his hand
I didn't hold
and
that
asking
hand.
him the
Jeez.
question.
The hand was all sweaty. It's clammy.
Oh, well,
and
you was
sweaty.
holding it with a napkin in the middle.
Yeah. Now I gotta burn the napkin.
Not burn the napkin.
I had to. It's so sweaty. It's actually you can see through it like a window.
Christians reject what they don't understand. Want me to prove it to you? You speak Arabic? Can you read the Quran? Nope. You reject it. That's the only reason why you don't believe it is because you can't read it. You don't understand
Exactly. Hey, Lucifer. Well, clock breaker. I love all of your questions. Oh my gosh.
Somebody's trying to
Why the
call
hell
me
did
up.
this person request sitting up on top of me and there's two other boxes open?
I don't think they can control it. I don't even know how to do that. George, let me get your age and religion.
22, and I believe in holiness.
What that mean?
Well, I believe in holes too.
Sir, if you're very dirty minded, like this is an actual conversation.
What are you
Is your
talking about?
denomination His Holiness?
Well, I mean, he's talking about his holes. I mean,
No,
I'm
I said I
asking
believe
you.
in holes.
Yeah,
I'm
I
asking you
said-
what
You're the
fuck
one
are
who
you
thought
talking
which
about?
hole.
yeah,
We
I-
all
what the fuck
I
are
up
you
here
mean,
grown.
sir, you
Calm
don't come up
down.
here trying to dictate what we talk about up here or try to tone police anybody. You chose to come up here.
Exactly.
no, I said I believe in holiness. I don't understand what was that.
What the
comment.
Yeah,
fuck
and
does
I
that
believe in
mean?
holes.
What does that mean?
Yeah. So to essentially be separate from all wickedness of the flesh.
Okay,
and
so
just
your
be
God,
with
your God is to be away from your flesh and wickedness. I'm asking you, what is your belief?
to be complete.
He's a Christian.
You're a Christian.
I
Well,
know
that's
he
my
is.
religion.
I
I
know
already
he is.
told you my religion. Like, yo, you can't get a face
No,
value.
you didn't. No,
I
No,
just
you
told you
didn't.
my
You did
religion is
not
holiness.
tell us what the hell it was.
no, it's not. Do you believe in Jesus Christ or not?
You came up here on
Yeah,
a
I
Yes or
believe.
no?
Yeah, but holiness, sir.
Is he the Son of God?
I believe that he's the Father.
Yes or
in
no?
flesh.
Yes or no?
Well, I don't believe in
Is he the Son of
Christianity.
God?
So, yeah, obviously he is the Son of God, part of Christianity.
No, stop. I don't give a fuck about none of that no more. Let's get to the topic. Fact is, prayer don't do shit.
Okay, so may I ask you that if it doesn't?
No,
you
you
can
may
answer the
not.
question.
You may not. You may not. You may
But
address
it
what I
actually
just said.
does something.
But prove it.
What do you mean? Faith, first and foremost, faith is for oneself. I
Stop.
got to prove
I
nothing
don't care
to you.
nothing. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you about faith. I don't care nothing about faith. I don't care nothing about faith. I'm talking to you about prayer. Can you prove to me that prayer works?
Well, prayer actually works. I get my prayers
Prove
answered.
it. Prove it. Prove it.
What, do you want me to show you my life? Like, I don't know you, sir.
Anecdotal evidence, which means you cannot prove it. You didn't record it. Another slang term for that is bro, trust me logic. You want me to take you for face value because you said so. I don't believe you. You can't prove it. Is the
all right. Well, that's the thing. The Bible says, "He that comes to me."
I don't give a fuck what the
Well, that's
Bible
the whole
says. I
point.
don't
You don't
care.
believe, so
Listen, it's not the whole point. It's not the whole point. It's not the whole point. Point is, this is the backdrop, and you came up here to try to prove to me that prayer works. You can't do it. You're telling me what the Bible says. I'm telling you, I don't care.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. The whole point of prayer is that you must believe. Like, you're already.
Can you prove that it works? Can you prove to me that it works?
It works to the believers. That's
no, it doesn't. Want me to prove? I can. Okay, I'm gonna prove to you that's not true.
Right? Okay, sure.
There's three ways. There's three easy ways I can prove it to you. I can prove it to you scientifically, or I can prove it to you literally. Which one you want?
I want you to literally tell me how a disbeliever.
Which one? I just told you. Which one? Which one? Wait, no. I'm asking you because you listen. You said that you've already demonstrated to me that you can't prove that it works. You've already said it. You said it 3 times.
That's what I'm
no, it doesn't. Listen to me. You've proven to me that you can't show me that. You can't demonstrate it. What I'm saying to you,
do you know
what I'm saying? Listen, interrupt me one more time, and I'm gonna show the fuck out. What I'm about to do is prove what I'm saying to you, because you can't prove what you're saying. What I'm saying that it doesn't work, I'm going to prove it to you right now. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. But do you know what's prayer?
No, stop. Which direction do you want me to go? Do you want me to prove it to you scientifically or literally? Don't ask me no questions.
I don't care about your science. What?
Okay, so you don't care about the science? Because science disproves what you just said.
God surpasses science.
Listen. No, he doesn't, because you can't prove that he exists.
Well, yes, I can. By
science. Hold on, Raven. Hold on, Raven. Science is repeatable. Listen. Shut the fuck up when I'm talking. Science is provable and repeatable. What you're talking about, you can't prove it to me, and you can repeat it. What I'm telling you is, I can prove it to you. Are you ready?
Wait, can I please bring in?
No. I give you the opportunity to prove that prayer works. You failed. Now it's my time to prove it to you. Which way do you want it? Do you want it scientifically or literally?
Let me see
literally.
Both.
Which one?
Let me see both.
Okay. Which one do you want me to start with?
Oh, well, scientist.
Okay. Scientist. There we go. So listen, pay attention. I can show you on the screen if you want me to as well.
Wait, do you believe that?
No, I told you, don't ask me shit. Don't ask me anything. Pay attention. The STEP study on prayer refers to the study of therapeutic effects on intercessory prayer, STEP, a randomized clinical trial that investigated whether intercessory prayer improved recovery outcomes for patients undergoing coronary artery bypass graft CABG surgery. The study found that intercessory prayer did not significantly affect complication rates after surgery, and patients who were certain, listen to this, patients who were certain that they were being prayed for actually experienced a higher rate of complications compared to those who were uncertain. Now let's break down how the study works. The study's design. Participants.
Wait, is it designed for
1,000? Stop. If you listen to what the fuck I'm saying, you'll know. Stop interrupting me. Participants, over 1,800 it's exactly 1,802 patients at 6 hospitals undergoing CABG surgery. Randomization. Patients were randomly assigned to one of 3 groups. Group 1, receive prayer, informed they may receive prayer, but were actually prayed for. Group 2, did not receive prayer, informed they might receive prayer, but were not prayed for. Group 3, they were certain, right? They were informed they would receive prayer and were. In fact, they were prayed for, right? Prayer. 3 mainstream Christian congregations provided intercessory prayer, blinded outcome assessment. Nurses and auditors blinded to patient group assistance. Stop fucking interrupting me. If he interrupts me one more time, drop his bitch ass. Patient group assignments assess medical records for complications. Key findings: no benefit from prayer. Patients who receive intercessory prayer experience a similar rate of complications to those who did not. Negative effect of certainty. Listen, negative effect of certainty. Patients who were certain they would be prayed for showed a higher incidence of complications. Significance. The STEP study is considered the largest and one of the best well-known studies examining the effects of intercessory prayer. Its findings suggest that intercessory prayer does not have beneficial therapeutic effect on recovery from CABG surgery, and that patients' certainty of being prayed for may even be more detrimental. Prayer doesn't work. I could even make the scientific argument that when you know you're being prayed for and you are prayed for, that your outcomes will be worse based on randomization.
Can I respond?
So what the fuck you talking about? Yes, you can respond. I hope you got something to beat that.
Amen. Okay, yeah, perfect. So as you said, it was intercession, sir. In my religion, we don't need a middleman. We don't need a middleman, sir. So your whole thing is falling apart. Well, intercession means basically a middleman. What are you talking about?
No, it doesn't. No,
yes, it does. Like, what is? Okay, what is your definition of intercessor?
Listen, when they're saying that, what they're telling you is that somebody's praying for you. These people.
Yeah, I don't need someone to pray for me. I need to go directly to God.
Okay. So what you're saying is because somebody prayed for them, on top of the fact that they prayed for themselves, that's why it didn't work.
No, what are you talking about? What you brought up, sir, it was all based on someone praying for them. I am saying in my religion, we can go strictly to God. We don't need a middleman.
Okay, so you go to church.
The whole thing just
do you have a pastor? No, it doesn't fall apart because it has proven that prayer does nothing. Now, let's get back to your point. Do you have? No, let me ask you. Do you have any proof that prayer works? Let me get your proof.
Yes, I believe that prayer absolutely works.
I don't give a fuck what you believe.
I'm very confused. Okay.
Because, you know why you're confused? You know, listen. Stop. You know why you're confused? Because you're not listening. I'm gonna repeat what I said to you again. Prove to me. Provide some proof. I don't give a fuck what you believe.
Okay, by proof, I can go based upon my church that they have received the Holy Ghost speaking with new tongues as the Spirit of God gives utterance.
Okay. So listen to me. Prove it to me. Because what you're doing, listen, stop. What you're doing is this. You're telling me to just believe what you say.
Well, that's the whole point of my religion.
Anything.
Like it's based upon not seeing.
So your whole believing. So your whole point. So I'm supposed to believe what you say, just because you said it.
Well, no, not based off what I'm saying, just based off the book.
Okay. So let's look at this whole entire situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel just me and you, right? Let's look outside of the box. Do you really think that you're winning this argument between me and you? When I'm giving you scientific proof and you're just telling me some dumb ass. No. I'm just saying. If you were a fan listening to this, is the person supposed to believe what you say when you have back no proof and you're just saying, "Oh, from my church"?
Yeah, I'm very confused. Are you not being also subjective with this random scientist that I'm supposed to believe from out of nowhere?
Listen. This is a Christian-based thing, and I can give you the scientists. I can give you all the information. Stop.
What religion are they?
I can give you all the information.
Testing.
Listen.
What religion are they testing?
Stop it. If you were listening to what the fuck I said instead of trying to interrupt me, you would know because I read it to you.
Okay, can you please repeat it? Obviously, you read it. So, what was that religion?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because you're proving my point to me. How am I being hypocritical to you? Because I've never told you to repeat something that you said, and I wouldn't do it. Now I'm saying I wouldn't do it. You're using definitions wrong.
Can you still man my position? Because I don't think you even know the basis of prayer.
Dude, you have no position because you have nothing to back with it, right? You're asking me. Listen, stop. You're asking me what religion were they? And I was reading, you interrupted me 5 times, and I kept telling your bitch ass to shut the fuck up, just like I'm doing right now. And you're still asking me what religion.
Well,
common sense will tell you. Listen. Stop. Common sense should tell you what religion it is. Because why the fuck would I bring up a religion that has nothing to do with you?
Well, that's the thing, sir. I don't believe in Christianity, so people get me confused.
We already established the fact that you do. You believe that Jesus Christ is. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Listen. No. Stop. That's irrelevant. We asked you. Listen, this is what you said out of your mouth, George. We asked you, I asked you, was Jesus Christ the Son of God? You said, well, obviously, he's the Son of God. So what that means is that you believe exactly what you're telling me you do not. You've lost the argument. You have no point to back what you're saying.
Sir.
What evidence do you have to prove what you're saying? Do you want me to give you another study? Because there's another one too.
Let's be honest. You're not a believer. Let's be honest. Just put the book down for your own sake.
Listen, you're not smart. You're not smart.
I know I'm not smart.
Let's be honest.
You're going so bad
with me when you know that
you
you're
don't believe.
dumb as fuck.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Bruh. Listen.
It would save you
Do
mental
you have
peace.
any proof? How would it save me mental peace? It's a book. Just because I know the book better than you and know what it says has nothing to do with it. You just lost the argument and you're trying to tell me.
What's the first basis of prayer?
What is the first basis of prayer? Talking to your motherfucking self. That's the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, because no one's answering to you. You're in a delusional relationship. You're crazy.
What's your religion? I apologize.
Listen, I don't have a religion.
So
Look
you're
at my
an atheist.
name. Dude. Look at context clues. Use your brain.
Yeah,
You're
you said
asking me the
godless. Okay,
stupidest
you
shit.
said God. Okay, I apologize. You said godless. Now, once again, godless being an atheist, correct? Like you don't believe in a God. Or am I mistaken?
Just because I don't believe it doesn't mean I can't read the book.
I understand. No, but that's the thing. You're reading the book based off not believing. And the Bible says, "Don't to me must believe."
You have to have the Holy Spirit before he.
No, you just must believe. Like if you come with already disbelief, you already have a bias. You know, like
George,
this is really fucking sad.
It's not about a bias. I just prove it because I'm gonna tell you what bias I have. My bias is my ethnicity. There's thousands of Africans. Stop fucking listen, shut the fuck up when I'm talking, George. Because you're too stupid to even articulate your point. There's thousands of Africans that are dying every day that believe the same exact fucking thing that you believe. And I don't know why you think that just because you have to believe, it makes prayer work. You're making the point as if I'm sitting here praying and it's not working for me. No, I don't have a mental disease where I'm going to sit here and keep talking. Well, I do talk to myself, but I realize I'm just talking to myself. I'm not in a delusional relationship with a sky daddy that doesn't fucking exist. You don't make any sense, George.
Well, it would make sense if you actually believed, you know? And if you don't believe, then continue on with life. You know, I don't know why
listen, when I did believe,
not a mental
when
peace.
I did believe, listen, when I did believe, it's because I didn't know the book. Once I read it, is when I didn't believe.
I still don't think you know the book.
Listen. Yes, I have. Listen, what you mean? Which part? It's two religions in one.
No, sir. What's God's religion? Just I want to know.
God doesn't have a religion.
Yeah, exactly my point. You have no idea what you're doing.
What? You make no.
Can I show you two verses? Can I show you two verses of the religion?
No, you cannot show. You can't show me two verses. No, you can't. You can't because you still can't prove to me that prayer works in any way. You still haven't proven that.
You don't even know what. Okay, to who are we praying to? That's the real question. Maybe that's
nobody. You're talking to yourself. You're talking to yourself. It doesn't work for me because I'm not stupid. Listen, I know it doesn't work. Listen. How do I know? Because I just proven it to you through science, and I also know because there's
but I don't know what God
they're the same. Listen. Stop it. Last warning. They're praying to the same God as you because they believe in Jesus just like you.
Cap, I believe that He's the Father.
How do you believe the Son of God is the Father?
I believe once again the Son of God is in the appearance of God the Father. The Father is.
That's what they believe too. That's what they believe too.
That's cap.
Either way.
Send me the website.
Listen, how would I show you a website about dead children?
No, I said send me. I mean, just pull it up on your screen.
No. But you know why? Because you can't prove nothing.
Why not?
What you said. Prove to me. Because you can't.
No, but just open up your screen.
No. I've already provided. Listen, George. I've already proven what I've been saying. So what I need you to do is prove anything you're saying with that same logic.
Yeah, but I can go buy my book. But obviously, you hate my book, you know.
I don't hate the book because I would have to believe in it first.
Exactly my point. So put the book down and have mental peace and just walk away.
No. Because your religion does certain things to my people. I told you what my weakness is.
I have no idea what's God's
weakness is my people. Listen, God doesn't have a religion because there is no God.
Exactly my point. Like I stand correct.
There is no God. There is no God, and prayer does absolutely nothing, and you can't prove it.
So the thing is,
you can't prove it. Mm-hmm. You can't prove that prayer does anything.
Well, I can actually
take as long as you want. Listen, prove to anybody that prayer works.
Well,
prove that God is real. Prove God is. No. Here you go. Prove God is real.
Amen. Okay, perfect. Prove it by society. We need
Which
languages.
society? Wait a minute. Which society?
Whatever society, right? We need languages to be able to speak. I believe that my God is the Word, the consciousness before all things that brought things by the power
that
of
has
the
nothing
speech.
to do with language. That has nothing to do with language. It doesn't matter
What are you
what you
talking about?
believe.
I said that my
Every
God
time,
is the Word.
listen, George, every time you say that you believe something, no one gives a fuck. That's not proof. That's what you believe. Nobody.
What do you mean? Proof in the pudding is that we use words constantly,
George.
To obviously create things by the power of.
No, we don't.
What you did was you start off with something we have, language. And then you claimed that God's the reason. You didn't prove that God's the reason. You just claimed God's the reason, which puts us exactly where Reggie wants you to first place. You got to prove God did it in the first place. If I say, no, language comes from the divine gummy bear, you're going to get laughed at for that too, because we don't have evidence for a divine gummy bear. Your God is just like the divine gummy bear. Until you can prove it, we shouldn't take it seriously.
Well, the thing is, sir. All right. Okay. So
watch how many times. Hold on. Before he starts talking, watch how many times he says he believes when we talk about proof. Go ahead.
Yep.
Okay. I would say society believes that we use languages each and every single day to be able to communicate to one another.
What does that have to do with God? What does that have to do with God? What does that have to do with God?
That God is intelligent, and he obviously put that intelligence inside of you.
No, stop. No. You just did it again. I laid it out.
What did I do? I apologize. I said there was an intelligence before the word.
God of the gaps fallacy. God of the gaps fallacy.
And you didn't actually listen to me because I addressed it already. So I'm going to try it again. I'll bring it simpler. I'll scaffold it down for you. People have words. You say, words come from God. I say, no proof of God. You say, but God made words. And I say, again, but no proof God did it. Just because you claim it and say it over and over and over again, doesn't mean it's true. You need to show that the God is even a possibility to be the reason.
I believe the God of Word.
The second you start with I believe, that's twice now.
All right, fine. Let me switch up. The universe believes.
No, the universe doesn't have any belief.
Listen, the universe doesn't believe shit. The universe does not even have a brain.
How am I supposed to?
The universe doesn't have a.
We don't care about the belief.
But you won't let me speak.
We don't care about the belief. We care about the knowledge.
The universe doesn't believe anything.
Exactly my point, sir. You believe in the universe doesn't know that brought something.
Don't believe. What is? Why are you not tracking this conversation? See, this is why we need to speak with people that are 25.
The age gap.
Yes, it is because you're stupid as
fuck.
Your prefrontal cortex isn't all the way.
Right, and yours is right.
Oh, okay, wait a minute.
Yeah, we can go back for back, right? We can go back for back.
No, you can't. How about because we're asking you to provide proof, and you keep saying, "I believe I can fly." Fuck what you believe. You can't prove none of that bullshit.
So how about this, George? Since that way, because we all seem to want to have a piece of you. Do you want to keep going with the host? You want to go with me, or you want to go with Raver? Pick your poison. Cat out your tongue.
Oh well.
I'm gonna make it easier for him, so we won't all ganging up on him. But fine.
I don't think that he likes speaking to women. I don't.
Is that probably true?
I think that's the problem.
It's because you guys got cooties.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. He's showing his misogyny and stuff like that. Like he legit cannot track the fucking conversation. I don't understand these fucking baby Christians. Like at least read the entire fucking book. What's up, Tommy? At least read the whole damn book before you sit up here and being
history. But Reggie said exactly multiple times, we don't care about the belief, we care about the facts. Exactly does it. He doesn't get the difference. He didn't know. But the child's gone now, we got other people. Kept saying believe. Then does it. But the child's gone now, we got other people. I think Rudy was the first one of the new people.
He's friendly as well.
What did I do this time?
Oh no, he was just trying to see what atheist cats didn't know whether or not you were a believer. That's all.
Oh, atheist cats, you don't know who I am? We've been in lives together before.
Did you change your profile picture or name?
Before? Yeah.
I'm also old, you know that.
I'm old too, but I don't blame my age for being silly sometimes.
Well, I do.
You okay?
It's a wonderful excuse.
Oh shit, Reggie, come back.
It's a wonderful excuse.
Oh shit, Reggie, come back.
I mean, I guess then Tamara was next. I think Tamara was next. Tamara was next. I think Tamara was next.
What the hell happened to the books? What the hell is happening?
Goddamn Rapture is starting to.
Oh, there he is.
I mean, we
you all
got
right?
healthy.
Still glitching a little bit.
Yeah, I just had to reset it.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Could we
All
move?
right, I don't know
Can we
where
mute the
Brooke
con?
went, but yeah, we are kind of friendly heavy. Yeah.
Is healthy and friendly?
I am definitely friendly.
How you doing?
Okay.
Melvin?
Yeah, and I'm Reggie too, by the way, God. Yeah, but I'm definitely deconstructing.
Gotcha.
Cool. Petty Idol, that's in the chat. She's a great content creator that you can follow that helps with deconstruction. She's also a great deconstructionist, like if you want to speak with her as well.
Great. I will definitely follow because I am sort of an infant or maybe a toddler. I don't know in this whole process, but I love it. It's so enlightening. It's so refreshing. It's amazing. Learning so much about, well, first of all of the deception in all of the writings that are all essentially constructs of man. And so they're full of holes and misinterpretations and all of those things. And the bottom line is it all pretty much boils down to interpretation anyway, right? Yeah, but it's just so enlightening to not live in that fear anymore, to not live under the idea that, we have to respond to a transactional God that gives us free will and life abundantly and everlasting life and all of that. But, wait for it. You got to do something for it, though.
Yeah.
Like he needs us. Like God, this omniscient, all-knowing entity, actually, well, first of all, he's not really paying a whole lot of attention to at least the Black community because we've been waiting 300 or 400 years for him to come back. But I don't know, it just doesn't seem to care. He's transactional and says, okay, well, if you do this, then I'll give you all of these gifts, but that's so divisive. Because if you think about it, what about all of the other religions? And isn't God supposed to bring us together? And it's so divisive. It's the most divisive thing that's ever happened to mankind ever. How many thousands of religions are there? And people claim that God is supposed to be this loving unifier, bring us all together. Are you kidding me? It causes the most divisiveness ever. It's the greatest deception ever created. So that there's an entity, this powerful, all-powerful entity that allows all sorts of unalivings and calamities. Tsunamis and all of these things and wars and he's all knowing and he sees all of this stuff, but he's like, well, y'all just hold on now. Got my hands full. I'm just working on something. Y'all just give me a minute. Really? Like, who really wants to, like, desires to follow a God that, well, first of all, his word is filled with lies or things that are supposedly, you can't confirm them. And they happened in a vacuum, such that all of the philosophers from those days, not a one from those times that Jesus supposedly existed, not one philosopher mentions Jesus. It doesn't mention a flood, the splitting of the Red Sea, anything like that. How did that happen?
Right.
Like, really? Like, it all happened in this one little vacuum in this small area, and nobody in the world heard about the flood that covered the entire earth for 40 days? Wow. That either he's a really very, very poor, like very, very bad God, or that it's a myth. There's so much evidence, so much, and it happens every day, right down to my mother.
You gotta have faith, OG.
Yeah, I know. I have to have faith, which is divine, which is defined, Reg, as belief without evidence. And I'm tired of that foolishness. Belief without evidence, when all of the evidence shows that my belief is on some bullshit. Like, you have to literally lie to yourself. And then you have to defend your lies. If you are a Christian, you literally have to take the word that you're reading and try to twist it to see if you could wrench some goodness out of it in some cases. So like that, it's just frightening. It's fearful. It's fear-mongering. It's all of those different things. And then I'm supposed to want that. I'm supposed to actually desire that. Seek that out. When there's no evidence.
What gets me the most?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We did 400 years of slavery, and you want me to serve God again?
Yeah, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then the biggest thing to me that really got me is my mom, I put her to rest about 4 months ago. I was taking care of her, taking her to dialysis 3 days a week. Thank you, sir. Obviously it happens, but it was miserable for her. The last part of her life was it was miserable. She was devout Jehovah's Witness, though, for more than 40 years. And, she refused a quadruple bypass heart surgery because she wouldn't take the blood. She needed blood. Her blood was low, and they would have had to have given her blood in order for that procedure to be successful. And the surgeon came into the room, into the hospital room minutes before we were supposed to roll her into the OR, and he said, you know, he's excited. This procedure looks like it's going to be very successful. We're going to have to give her a little blood because her blood is low. And then that's, of course, when everything stopped. Blood is low, and what's called a blood card as a witness, because I was her caregiver, that I would not allow for anybody to give her any blood. I did it because that was my mom's, her wishes. I didn't believe in that garbage, that foolishness. Anyway, the Jehovah's Witnesses said, is there anything that we can do for you, Reg? I mean, we just so honor and, respect your mom for holding true to our beliefs. And is there anything that, and I said, no, well, I got everything. So just don't let her be alone. She's made this decision, and I respect that with everything in me, but don't allow for her to be alone. Now, these motherfuckers are known for knocking on doors. Am I right? Am I correct? Jehovah's Witnesses will knock on your goddamn door. Well, guess what, though? They absolutely, it just seems that they could not find my mother's. And that's the shit that pissed me off. And then, of course, and she was in the hospital room the night our sister passed away, and we need to get involved and help Reg and find out what we need to do for the funerals. I called them 3 times. They didn't even bother calling me back. Now, mind you, her sister, it's not like she didn't know. She was Jehovah. They did nothing to really participate in the funeral or whatever. I made the arrangements, blah, blah, blah. They actually had a memorial service 3 to 4 weeks, a month, maybe later, and they didn't even tell me about it. Didn't invite me to it. They probably figured, but he's gonna come in here and tear off somebody's head. Looks like he could.
You ain't no Jehovah's Witness, so that's part of the reason.
I'm not a Jehovah's Witness, right? Exactly. But
yeah.
As witnesses there. So for them to even, it's.
But that's what they.
The devout Jehovah's Witness. It's.
But that's what they.
It's ugly, and this whole religion thing only. That's just me. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm almost angry. Like, I'm almost angry. Like, how could you lie? Just lie, bold-faced.
No money.
And it's definitely commerce. It's church definitely has turned completely and totally into commerce. I get it. But even how could these people, and so many of them, live with your
right? Because look, listen, OG, I'm gonna tell you like this. You can't tell me that a person that's a preacher, I don't care what denomination, you can't tell me that they actually believe it.
They don't.
You can't. They don't. So if you that type of person that's manipulating people and getting their money, why would you give a fuck? They're pimps. So you got to be a cold-hearted individual to be that type of person. And the reason why you got to be cold-hearted with it is no different than the reason why if you a drug dealer, you got to be cold-hearted. You have to be. Because if you are not a cold-hearted person, people will take advantage. You come on, good baby. Oh, that shit that I tired.
Yes.
And I'm saying this like I'm the expert of it, and motherfuckers owe me money right now. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So you can't be a person that's caring out. You can put on an act like you give a fuck, right? Because that's part of your costume, yeah. But you can't for real.
Right. You absolutely cannot.
But let me get to some of the other people on here. Hold on, bro. Let me get to the other people on here. These Christians on here. We got to get to cooking their ass before
Yes,
they
sir.
run.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for being here, Hilton.
So,
Till
yeah,
8.
yeah, chill. Go ahead, Raven.
10 till 8. Can you unmute and tell us your age for TikTok purposes, please?
Yeah, I'm 35 years old, and I agree with the prompt. No, I'm not.
I have you blocked.
You have me blocked?
And I'm trying to figure out why.
Huh. Interesting. Maybe it's God's plan. It's all God's. Nah, I believe in. I would say no.
You on the fence?
My defense.
No. Are you on the fence?
Oh, I would love to be wrong, but so far, I just can't believe. I just can't put all my eggs in that basket. On the other side, but 90% of it is we on our own.
Okay. Tamar, are you still here? I know that you're not a believer, but I've never seen you talk up here. You can talk to whoever you want. The conscious is a believer, and today
I'm not a believer.
Yeah, Healthy, I'm really sorry about what happened to you, man.
After this life is it's probably way more simple than everyone, plays it up to be. I believe religion, respectfully, is a tool to cope. I would love to believe my loved ones are up in heaven right now, but I don't fully believe that. So yeah, I'm definitely not a believer.
Has anyone heard of the theory of everything?
Conscious,
I don't think
you do not understand science. You don't have this.
We weren't.
Is he interrupting me? I asked a question
because you lied. You don't have background engineering.
Hold on.
I didn't lie. In fact, I'm 39 years old. I'm not one of the.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Conscious.
Yes, ma'am.
We were speaking with someone else, okay? So it would behoove you to go on mute for one moment.
Okay, that's fine.
So that Tamar can speak. Thank you.
He's gonna be the believer. Tamar, he's gonna be the believer. If you want, you can question him or whatever you want to do.
Conscious is? Okay.
Yeah, you can speak with him if you want to. Only if you want to.
I mean, my patience is a little bit thin today, but it's fine. I don't mind. Here's the thing. My patience is.
Are you asking me if I disagree or agree with the prompt?
See.
I think having a personal relationship with God is where it is.
When I ask yes or no questions and then they go into other shit, it's so wild to me. Do you agree or not with the prompt?
It does. I do agree with it. I do agree that praying does work. So in this case, I just don't agree with what it stands for. You're saying fact this does not. This does not do. It's small. It's my phone, so it's tiny. But it says this does not do.
It says this does not do shit. It is talking about prayer. Do you agree?
I disagree with
You
that.
disagree. Okay, what does prayer do for you?
It brings you. It should bring you back to the self. It makes you internalize.
So you praying to yourself? Who are you praying to?
I'm praying to God, and you have a relationship with God, and it helps you internalize.
Internalize. So is God in you, and you bringing it back to yourself because God is in you, or are you saying that it's bringing it back to yourself
Well,
because
that
don't make sense?
It does. In my belief system, my soul does not belong to me; it belongs to the source. So we all children and daughters of God.
Do you believe in the God of the Bible? Just for clarification.
Yes, I do.
Okay. So prayer is what you're saying. It brings you to this. Why can't God just kind of talk to you like we talking to each other right now?
Specify that there's God, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, right? And what that specifies is that God, in order for him to interact with us, he needed to humble himself to humanity.
Y'all want to y'all want to make this God so much smaller than even he says that he is. It's wild to me. Why is God putting so many limits on himself? We literally are talking to each other, and you're what you're saying is that he humbles himself to us. We're his God at this point.
Well, here's the from how it was.
Oh, we gotta serve him. That's wild.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Yeah. But how it's written is that we cannot hear the voice of God directly unless he speaks to the chosen ones, right?
So what you said prior to that right there, and what you just said are literal opposites. They cannot be true at the same time. He either humbles himself to us, or his children hear his voice. Which one is it?
When I pray to him, and I don't hear his
What he be
voice.
saying to you? Ooh, you're not a chosen one. That's crazy.
Yeah, so how this works is that he selects specific people in history to go to. So Moses was one of them. So Moses, in the story of Exodus, in Exodus is when Moses discovered the burning bush. He was basically communicating through him to consciousness.
Right, so we believe in burning bushes talking. Go ahead.
Okay, so it's metaphorical because we all know that this is conscience. It's conscience.
What you saying? Okay, no, you can't say that he spoke to it like a burning bush spoke to him, but it's also metaphorical. It either happened or it didn't. Which one?
So when he saw the burning bush, he heard the voice of God.
It either happened or it didn't. Which one?
Commandment. So
it either happened or it didn't. With focus, it either happened or it didn't. Which one? Did it happen? Do you believe that happened? Was he praying and internalizing, or was God talking to him in that moment through the burning bush that did not disintegrate for some reason?
It's a matter of faith. So I have faith that this did occur, right? Like I have faith that this actually occurred.
So you don't have there's no real reason for you to go ahead. Well, you have faith. You have faith. I want him to finish that sentence. Go ahead. You have faith.
Well, this is the reason why the world is always fighting, right? We have different belief systems, right?
It has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now. So the bush, right? The burning bush spoke to him, right? And you talking about Moses, you're talking about Exodus. I really don't even know where you was going with that, because you said that you don't hear God's voice and he only chooses certain people and whatnot, right? Just like he chose Moses and whatnot. You don't hear God's voice though. So either you ain't one of the chosen ones. And just like Moses didn't make it to the promised land, you ain't going either, right? So help me understand what prayer is doing for you outside of internalizing. Because I can internalize all day. Like I have ADHD and I talk them out. So I literally talk my life through all her questions.
I did answer the question.
What the question?
It helps me internalize. It helps me relax. It helps me
answer it with the question. Like,
yeah, that's what I said. I said it helps me center. It helps me internalize. It helps me focus.
A lot of people just meditate for that, or do yoga, or just talk to themselves. So either
so people pray out loud, or people pray basically in silence. And
yeah, when they're praying out loud, they're actually sinning. They're not supposed to do that according to the law. But go ahead.
Okay, so I don't pray out loud, right? I pray. I internalize my prayer, and I sit and I meditate, and that's how I pray.
To do that, you don't need a God to pray to, because there are people who literally do exactly what you're talking about without praying to a God.
One of the reasons that I mentioned, if you know the theory of everything, we understand that everything starts from string theory, and all matter starts from string vibrations.
Why are you talking about shit I'm not talking about? Why are you? Are your ankles okay? Are your ankles okay? You know, yeah. Are your ankles okay?
So
check on them ankles, because you pivoting. You fucking pivoting. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about the theory of everything.
Vibrations.
Go get a bagel for that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about prayer. We're talking about whether or not it works. And I'm noticing that when you cannot answer a question, you pivot to something else. Well, let's stay focused. Let's stay focused on what we're talking about.
It works in what way? What is your definition of prayer?
But your definition of prayer, you just said, is to focus and to meditate and internalize. If you're focusing and meditating and internalize, I'm going based off of your definition, right?
So do the
if
Buddha.
You're doing that, you don't need a God to do that. You can just talk to yourself.
Buddha, so did the Egyptians. So did every of our ancestors.
I said a God, right? So that includes any of the gods that could be mentioned that you just mentioned.
And is intrinsic.
Prayer has not done anything outside of. Also, I do want to point. You just said, right, that prayer helps you internalize things. You ain't mentioned nothing about what it does for anybody else. Your prayer is selfish as fuck. Because to be real with you, a lot of these people out here praying for healing and all of this stuff, and not near one of them done went down to the hospital and cleared it out, right? So what is prayer doing? It's not doing, but making better.
No. Prayer is to internalize and is to focus and center yourself. It's to
yourself. Ain't that what I said, Reggie? Ain't that what I just said?
Yeah. So some
it gives you meditation values. Yes.
Some people sound like meditation. Some people pray externally. They pray out loud. They pray in hopes that they recover something. But it's not about recovering anything. It's not about asking God to give me everything that you want.
Okay, what's the point in doing that shit then?
The point of
if you're talking to him, you can write, you can use a journal. I could talk to a piece of paper. I could talk to myself. I don't need a God for that. What is prayer meant for?
You probably don't understand. You're
it's the same.
Without a
soul. Who am I? Who are you talking to? Because I definitely
First of all, conversation.
I heard other people try.
No,
I'm answering the questions. I don't know why
you don't like what I.
Like,
don't fucking do that. See, this is why I have you blocked.
Stay mad.
This is why I muted your ass in the fucking comments.
Okay, can I answer the question? I love you. I would like to answer the.
That's somebody that's being really rude right now. I'd love for you to answer the question though.
Yeah, I just would like to answer the question, and when I do, like, don't ask me the same question again when I gave you the answer.
First of all, who the fuck is you talking to?
Who the fuck are you talking to?
Listen, I told you my patience is real thin. I'm not coming at you crazy.
Oh, no,
so don't do that.
They don't have fruits or gifts of.
No, you don't either. Your self-control is on E. Your fruit is very rotten, friend.
Done talking to him. I'm finna drop you in the chat and stay mad. How about you stay fucking mad in the comments?
Listen, I didn't ask you. Listen, she wasn't even talking to you.
I wasn't talking to you.
She wasn't talking to you. Calm down. I have yet to ask you a question that you answered. Like, I didn't ask it more than once. If you answered it, if you actually answered, if I repeated myself, it's because you did not answer my question. I moved on to the next thing once you did answer my question. Okay. If you hear a yes or no question and you start saying, well, the theory of everything, Bagel, I don't want to hear that shit. Just answer my actual question. Thanks. So go ahead and answer it, say what you want to say, and then we'll move on. It's not that serious.
So I basically placed comments. That was my answer. That's it.
Right. Okay. So that is the purpose of prayer for you. Like I said prior to that moment that you said that, like you said it multiple times, by the way, that prayer for you is very selfish. It's very just for you, and that's it. If prayer was meant to do anything else outside of that, you can do that, one, like I said, without a God, but two, like it's not helping nobody. Like it's just for you. That's it. I literally, I feel like
your relationship with God is personal.
Yeah, that's cute. But you still not doing shit. Like I literally go out and do things without prayer, without a God and all the other stuff for other people. You know what I mean? The way people use prayer in society, and I'm not saying you right now because you already said that you're a selfish prayer. So but the way people use prayer was like, hey, you know, I'm gonna lay hands on you and I'm gonna heal you, or I'm gonna do this, or you gotta pray for your healer, you gotta pray for this or pray for that, or pray for wisdom even, or whatever, to know what to do next. And honestly, most people just figure shit out on their own and this and
It's
then
strange when you say
blame
selfish prayer.
After you answer this, let Mother Crab ask us that.
Yeah, it's just strange.
I thought I was still talking. Wasn't I talking? I heard myself. It's really hard to hear myself.
When you get done talking and he answers, then Mother Crab go.
Okay. But you know, all I'm saying is it's not doing anything outside of what it does for yourself or whatever, which you don't need a God for that. You don't need to pray to someone to do that. All of the things that you mentioned literally are attainable without praying to someone. You're talking to your imaginary friend. But you know what? Hey, if that's what you need, by all means and whatnot. I wouldn't do it to someone who does such horrible things in the Bible and whatnot, and to people and whatnot. But hey, you know, if you need that little comfort, and to be selfish in the moment, I still was talking this crazy word.
Yeah, I know, but you're repeating nonsense. It's not.
I'm not repeating nonsense. I'm saying what I'm saying, and it's true. I'm saying what I'm saying. Did I lie? Did I stutter? I mean, I might have stuttered, but did I lie? I'm pretty sure I didn't do that. So go ahead, say what you want to say. I know you're chomping at the bit.
Unmute yourself.
I got a little something.
Unmute yourself.
So I guess what's going on is
hold on one second, because you have some people in front of you.
Agree that she stated that prayer paralyzed. I'm always thinking about how can I help others in times of distress, right? How I can help in my situation or others in situations. I have a family, right? For instance, right? I had a mother that had cancer and she survived cancer 3 times. You know, I have a brother that he was in the military, 11 years, he was a Marine. He came back to me alive, thank God. But these are things that you won't understand because this is the faith that I have and it's very personal to me. So for
this is the first time you said this shit. The whole time I've been asking for that, and you.
So this is the things, but these are personal things.
You're selfish. You're proving her point.
Thank you.
Right?
How did your personal prayer heal your whoever? I'm sorry for forgetting which family member it was of cancer.
That's the power of prayer, right?
How where does it come from? What did the prayer do outside of you talking out loud? What did the prayer do that the doctors didn't?
You wasn't paying attention to me because I stated that I don't pray.
We're moving on. Hold on. We got to move on now. Mother Prep, you want to ask something? You want to ask something, Mother Prep? Because I know you've been waiting, and so has what's it called?
It's okay. You can ask it away. I guess you guys are just trying to break me down and
stop. I'm trying to let other people talk. Go ahead, Mother Prep.
No, I mean it sounds like what he was describing as prayer is basically what meditation is. And I you know, that has its own benefits in itself, just meditation, and there's no requirement for a particular God character. You can just center yourself in different ways. But it started to get a little more interesting when he started talking about it actually working for somebody else. Although me being a nurse and understanding how cancer works and how treatment works, I can see that, like what Tamar was hinting at, that it was very likely the impact of healthcare professionals' work that impacted his mother's cancer. And I'm glad that things worked out, but I know that, from being there firsthand, that we do a lot and, and outside of prayer, and usually we're not praying about it, we're actually doing a lot of hard work to make the outcomes favorable for patients.
You can respond and then
Damn
tend
sure
to
didn't
it
help
once it
my
says something.
granddad when he got breast cancer.
Conscious, you can answer and then tend to it wants to say something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
hold
I
on.
just want to say
One second. He
Oh,
wanted
my bad, my bad.
Conscious to respond and then you say something.
Conscious.
I guess it's my
Go
turn.
ahead and say what you wanted to say. I understand that you guys are atheists and have no faith, so even if there were multiple competing thoughts and perspectives,
But what is faith
it won't matter.
to you? Like, what is faith
A
to you?
belief. It's something that I believe, and it's something that I live for.
But I mean, but what
I
it's like,
experienced.
right? I mean, but like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have asked to you because it sounds like you just made up your own stuff. But any time that we've ever heard of faith, I mean, because it's somewhat defined in the Bible, the evidence of things hoped for, things unseen. It's basically like
Belief.
something that doesn't have any evidence. It sounds like your mom, exhibited evidence of medical treatment. So I'm just wondering, where does faith come in when that was evidence? Like she was given treatment and then it worked. It had the desired outcome of the studies that were done that said that this particular treatment would lead to this particular impact. And then you saw it. So I just wonder, why then rename what you saw as faith as opposed to, a result of the treatment?
Because the result of the treatment is not always certain.
I mean,
it's certain
she said she
now.
beat
It's certain
cancer.
now, and you blaming it on that.
No, the times it is very certain is very low, especially depending on the severity of the cancer. Correct. So this
But I mean,
is.
it sounds like she's still here. Am I correct?
That's correct.
Right. So I'm assuming that she got treated.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it seems reasonable to think that the treatment worked. And so I just wonder, that did take some work to do. A lot of people spent a lot of time to receive it. And, it's kind of like you know, like it's just interesting that you're calling it faith. It's like, instead of just calling it what it is, the treatment worked. Like, I just wonder, like,
Why
let's say
doesn't it work for everyone if that was the case, right? Like,
there's a lot of, I mean, I can answer that. So there's a lot of different factors that play a part in that, like depending on when a person is diagnosed. If they don't receive a certain treatment at a certain time, if it's already in a late stage, there's certain treatments that will no longer be effective. And then depending on the type of body that the person has, how they respond, there's a lot of different factors. But then there's also people who pray or who use faith and no treatment, and they don't always have a favorable outcome. So,
and the opposite is also true.
but I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's rare that you'll have somebody who has no treatment and only has faith and also has a favorable outcome. Usually you need the treatment. Like you can't get the healing without the, treatment for the healing.
After you respond, 10 to 8, go.
Am I supposed to respond to what exactly?
Yes, I'm saying after she's done and you respond, then 10 to 8, go, because he's been waiting a long ass time.
Okay, yeah, he can go. It's fine.
Go ahead. 10 to 8. 10 to 8, go ahead.
My bad. Yeah, I just want to say, if you believe in that and it's keeping you in line and it's keeping you sane and it's keeping you from making, go ahead and do that. I'm not against you. I'm not a believer. I can't say I'm a believer. I'm not against, but we'll say, with the chosen one thing, why does God decide that I'm not the chosen one? He hasn't been tested like I've been tested. You yourself, sir, you went through your trials and tribulations. You came out on top. Your loved one who battled cancer, she beat that along with some help. You know what I'm saying? You got to give yourself a little bit of credit. World is cutthroat and we're still here. We did that. You know what I mean? That's not, thousands of times God could have helped. He sat and watched. If he's real, he sat and watched, and I hear people who are Christians saying, you'll go to hell if you unalive yourself, right? That is, look, we were forced into this world. We had no say in it. None of us said yes or no to this. We're here. It is what it is. We didn't ask for these troubles, these responsibilities, none of that. And to turn around and say, I'm not a chosen one? No, I'm not with all that. God has not been tested like we've been tested. And who is he to judge me when he has not gone through it like we have? Who is he to say that we are not the chosen ones? We are the ones who came into this existence against our will, and we will leave against our will. And those who take their life have the right to do so, because if God is real, he should understand why people take their lives, why people can't,
Also, trigger warning. Thank you.
Okay.
Right.
I could probably try to answer. I cannot really explain why. I can't explain these things, So what I do believe is that we're finite creatures that will need to make a relationship.
What you believe. You can't explain some things, but then you go on to tell him what you believe.
But it's just what I believe. Like I said, it's very personal, right? And even I can't force doctrine down your guys' throats. If you guys don't accept it, then I'm fine with that too.
You ain't forcing shit down my throat, and nobody ain't forcing shit down my throat. The only time something like that happened is when it was COVID time. That's the only time.
The fact, my thing is, the thing that irritates me, like with this entire conversation, right? The thing that irritates me is that y'all sit there and y'all like you're talking, and I'm happy that you prayed, right, and your loved one was better. The thing that irritates me is that y'all do that, and I honestly I don't think that y'all understand what y'all really saying when y'all are saying this shit that y'all be saying, right? Like, what you saying, I prayed and cancer was healed and all this shit happened, and then when you turn around and you tell that to other people, right? You're basically saying like, yeah, well, I prayed, God healed, my loved one because I did it. And other people, like, well, clearly God doesn't care about you. So, you feel me? Because listening to your story,
it was God's will.
Right. And
God's will. I share
and listening to your story.
No, Ian.
Listening to your story, I was like, you know what? I'm a I was like, I'm gonna dip out. I'm gonna just be in the comments. Like, I'm a mob. I was gonna dip out and be in the comments because that shit irritates the hell out of me when y'all be saying that. Because my dad died from cancer, and I really do hate that y'all be up here trying to convince the rest of us that some reason you were a better Christian than I was a better Christian, and somehow your prayers were answered and mine wasn't, as if I was doing something wrong. In your mind, you probably do think like, well, maybe he wasn't believing hard enough or whatever else, right? But I really do hate that y'all do that, and that's really selfish and it's really self-centered. Like Sis was saying, that's really self-centered of y'all. It's a narcissistic attitude that y'all have to honestly believe that this God is favoring you over other people. And I
don't believe he's favoring. It's just he had mercy, right? And I don't also believe that I'm fully Christian, right? Because nobody's perfect. The only Christian
all right, but you just said
Christian in truth died on the cross. I mean,
but you just said that that your loved one had cancer 3 times and you prayed and they were healed 3 times. My dad had cancer once and died 6 months after that.
Mind you, he also said that the certain people that hear God's voice are the chosen people. So he is
I promise you, I know the Bible better than you.
I wasn't chosen, and I think it's very arrogant for you to say that and not know.
I think it's very arrogant for you to say that God chose you and chose to save you and listen to your prayers and not listen to the millions of others that pray to him.
I'm not.
No, we're not fucking doing that bullshit.
Hey, may I share something?
No, you haven't been introduced yet.
How can it be arrogant for her to say what you said? Like arrogance would more so apply to her feelings about herself and inflating herself.
No,
you literally said that your position.
To say,
no. Well, you
she said that she knows the Bible better than I do, and that for some reason she wasn't saved.
She said she probably
like that.
She probably knows the Bible better than you do, because you don't even know what the Bible says about prayer. To be real with you, based off of our conversation, you don't know what the Bible actually says about prayer. So she said probably.
And the fact that I understood that I wasn't supposed to be praying, right, for that. What I was praying for, so you were probably praying to get that help. I understood, right? Well, from what I was taught, right? Everything is God's will, right? So what I was doing, I was basically begging God, right, to change his will, because I understood that everything happens in God's way and everything is God's will. So my thing was, I was asking God to change his will, right? Because everything happens within his will. That's what I was doing. But the thing also was, my thing was also, I never asked God for anything. That was one of the things I never asked you for nothing. This is the one thing I'm asking for. Because I was always taught you don't ever ask God for anything. What you do is that you pray in gratitude. You always pray in gratitude. But when my dad came down with cancer, that was the one time I sat there and I begged and I pleaded and I was asking, hey, I never asked you for nothing. I always prayed in gratitude despite the situation. Can this one time, can you help me? This one time, can you change your will? You feel me? I bet.
Respond, and then when you respond, I'm gonna introduce Ian. Respond.
So did you know that? You are never supposed, you're not supposed, if everything's God's will, you're not supposed to ask for nothing. You're always supposed to pray in gratitude.
You have a response for that?
Yeah, no, because he didn't know that.
Moving along. Go ahead. You have a response before I introduce Ian?
I do have a response. I'm sorry that you went through that, like, seriously, and it's not even.
I don't need to apologize. That's not nothing for anybody to apologize.
This is not about attacking one another, right? Like, we're just finding each other's perspective.
You just sat there and said that you prayed and God blessed you and you were one of the chosen ones. And I said that's fucked up that you
I'm
think
not
that
chosen.
because when I did
That's
it.
too powerful to even say. I'm not a chosen one. I'm a person just like
All
you.
right, you know what? I'm over it. Anyway, next person. I'm done.
Oh, okay.
Ian, let me get your age and religion. Ian, let me get your age and religion.
You can unmute now.
Oh, you said me?
Yeah, you.
No, the person behind.
Did I hear Ian?
Yes, you, Ian.
Anyways, okay. So what happens? You put your hands together.
No, listen
you
to
are
me.
closing off.
Listen to me.
Energetic.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Age, religion.
Your age.
31.
31 what?
31 years and atheist.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the conversation is about prayer. Prayer doesn't do shit. What's your thoughts on that?
Right. So what I know about prayer is that when you put your hands together, you are closing off an energetic loop. Two interbeams.
That's what I'll tell you what. I don't care. Listen, reality. Ian, shut the fuck up. And that's in reality. It's irrelevant, the science of this, because this is not the conversation. It doesn't matter if your hands are like this. Don't let the picture fool you. That's just the one I stole. I'm not making a claim that like this. I'm saying prayer, period, does nothing. So that long spiel about the science that you thought you was about to just run off, that you've been so desperately to talk about, ain't gonna happen. Do you have any thoughts on prayer though? Besides that, because that's irrelevant.
Okay, besides that. Going once, going twice.
There is doing, there is very tangible, visible action, and then there is, our internal world and how we connect that to our action. And you can track that.
Y'all can go back to the conscious. He ain't talking about shit. I don't give a fuck you atheist. Like, you ain't talking about a motherfucking thing.
All right.
Again, like I'm the chosen one.
Go ahead, Angry.
Yeah, Angry.
Just, are you gonna admit that you lied when you said you had an engine background in engineering? So are you gonna admit that you lied? Yes or no?
I'm not a liar.
Okay.
I think it's ridiculous.
What's the second fundamental theorem of
There
calculus?
you go. Like there you go again. There you go again.
Okay. Yes, because you don't know the answer. I know. I get it. I get it.
It's okay to say that you don't know.
I do know, but I'm not going to answer his questions because it's not my. This is not about mathematics. This is not about science. This
yes, but you were bringing science to the table, right?
I was bringing something specific to the table, which is the theory of everything, right?
Yes, which that comes from Stephen Hawking, right?
The theory of everything is specifying.
It's physics, right?
No, it's quantum physics. So
okay, so in order for you to understand quantum physics, you need to understand calculus, right?
Oh my God! You need to understand physics and formulas of base.
Okay, so calculus and physics go together, right? Conscious, calculus and physics go together, right?
No, not entirely. No, not entirely. Physics is physics.
So now you're changing it to not entirely, right?
No, not entirely. What you're trying to do, physics
is showing that you're a dishonest interlocutor. You're a lying sack of shit. You're a lying sack of shit. I understand that you're a hater, okay? And I don't. Yes, I despise motherfuckers like you that portray themselves to have advantage. Yes, I despise motherfuckers like you that portray themselves.
All right. Mother Prop, did you want to say something?
No, I don't have anything.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, sweets. 10. Did you want to say something? Did you want to say something? Yeah, you have one bar.
Yeah, my shit's all messed up. Yeah, I would like to say, you know, once again, I'm not here to bash nobody for what they believe in, things like that. I believe I can get $1 billion, but that's not gonna happen unless I make it happen. You know what I mean? All these circumstances and everything I wish didn't happen. You know, when I was on deployment, praying would not have done nothing for me but got me killed. You know, when I went to prison, I went to
one second. I'm gonna have to slow you down for a second. You have to say on the line.
I'm gonna let you finish. Hold on, I'm gonna let you finish. I just realized what was said when I walked away. So you're saying not you. I just realized I just seen what your bitch ass said. Hold on. Oh, no. The flick of the wrist I just got rid of. Yeah. You said ignorant and possibly hurt. Ignorant means lack of knowledge. We're talking about whether prayer works or not. And you're just mad because you got kicked the fuck off and you're talking about I'm hurt. So you right, my finger hurts how hard I hit my motherfucking screen when I got rid of your bitch ass. Ian. Back to the regular scheduled program.
Oh dang, I was like, what did I do?
Not you. Yeah, not you.
I'm like, wait, what happened?
That was funny though.
It sounds just like that tennis match. It sounds just like that fucking tennis match. When that person you're uneducated, So that tells me I can tell exactly what you are. Right? I can tell you. Listen, there's no denying what you are just from that statement. Right? You're just mad because your fuck ass ain't get a chance to run this long spiel about absolutely nothing. Don't ever bring your ass back to my life, motherfucker.
Exactly.
Yo, you're crazy as hell.
How you doing, Uncle Rich?
Possibly hurt.
I'm doing better than Ian.
I'm hurt by the time that you was here. You hurt my fucking ears the time you was here. That hurt.
Damn.
Fuck you talking about?
Okay, 10.
Sounds hurt. You're right. My finger hurt. I told you it's hurt. It's hurt. I just hit it too hard. Motherfucker.
10,
what you gonna say next? I don't got a father. That's what you gonna say? That's your next one?
Oh shit.
I don't got no education. I don't got a father. That's what you think?
You know they like to say that.
Don't do that. You know
I think that's when I think you have
your dad.
Listen, I think that you smell hold on. I think that you smell like a fuck every time you get wet. What I think. That's what I
10. What you're saying, please make sure that you use start-friendly language.
No, you smell like you smell like a wet dog. My bad, sorry.
Dang, I sound like a wet dog. That's crazy.
My fault.
No, not
I see. Man.
That sounds okay.
Okay, all right, you can go ahead. My apologies.
I was just saying, yeah, like the praying thing, it don't in my experience, it won't do much. I was saying, you know, I was in the military when I deployed. People were praying, sure, but that ain't gonna get you out of any situation. If you get ambushed and you start praying, well, you can go ahead and kiss yourself goodbye, because that's not gonna happen. You know, and then I got in trouble after service. You know, I did some things that weren't too good. I ended up in prison, and a lot of people in there were praying, weren't religious, right? But it was us that put us in that situation in the first place. I put myself there, just like I put myself in the military, just like I deployed, just like I committed a crime. I went to prison. I have to get myself out. Praying had nothing to do with it. Pray, not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Just with all this yapping I'm doing, overall, yeah, praying will not save you. We are out here on our own, quite literally, and
I think that's just it.
Give me a second. I'm trying to clear my screen.
Is there any believers in a live moon? You talking a bunch down there? I mean, if y'all want to come up, save your fellow Christian, save your fellow believer. Y'all could do that. Request that. Continue to like the live, y'all. Ready up here doing his God's work.
God's plan.
Don't hold that against
God's plan.
But yeah, come on, y'all believer, come up here.
I do want to add something to the conversation about prayer. Does this do shit? While I don't think it now, something that happened when my boyfriend passed away, I didn't know that was going to happen. He was having a procedure, and the last thing I said to him was, "I love you," and then they took him in, and then that was it. And then when I was in the waiting room picking out stencils for our daughter's bedroom, I fell asleep, and then I was awakened by the doctor rushing in saying, "Did you hear that cold blue? That was for him." And then I was awakened, and then he told me that they worked on him, his heart stopped, and they can't get it back. And I told him, "We have a daughter." And then he, like it registered with him, like, "Oh, okay, she's like putting the pressure on." And so, he said, "We're still trying, but it's not looking good." And so in that moment, I did put out a prayer. I was on Facebook at that time, and just as a Christian, that's
you're gonna tell me that somehow I did something wrong in somewhere.
But I tell you, that's the entire religion. The entire religion is just
Right.
a gaslighting religion.
Right.
And then you have the narcissistic fuckers who come up here and tell you, well, you know, I was at low is the low of the goddamn low, right? And then they come in here lying about that. I've gotten to the point where when someone tells me about a miracle, I just say you're lying. I've gotten to the point where I don't.
That's what it is, though.
Because that's what it is, and it's
not a lie. Because I've lost people as well, and it's not like
no, it's not. It's not even a fact. It doesn't even. Whatever you were saying, they had cancer 3 times, and I prayed, and they were killed 3 times. Like,
can I ask you
that's
something
different?
Wait. Someone he said that consciousness. You said that out of curiosity.
Yeah, he said that.
And consciousness, was it the same cancer every time?
Like
it went into remission and came back?
Yeah.
Huh? My
question
to you is this. I'm going to tell you this.
But he prayed, and it was fixed every time.
It wasn't because of my prayer.
Wait. Consciousness. Let me explain something. Consciousness. Let me explain something to you about a God healing you. A God healing you is not cancer going into remission. A God healing you is when the cancer disappears. There's no scar tissue. There's nothing. You have lung cancer, and God healed the lung cancer. There would be no scarring in the lung. It doesn't go in remission. It means it's gone. If it comes out of the remission, it was never gone, and God never healed anybody. Do you understand what the word God healing means? Consciousness?
So
think about it.
You're not a believer, but you know more about God.
Listen, I was a big time believer. If God is going to heal you, it never comes back. That disease never comes back. There's never a trace of that disease. In fact, like I said, the scar tissue on the lung where the cancer was should be totally clean. Your lung, what do they call papules or pupils? Should be absolutely perfect. You should have the lungs of a 15-year-old kid.
Is this an atheist room?
No, it's not.
Yes, this is an atheist room, but the bottom line is this.
I'm tired of him being fucking disingenuous. So, Reggie, is it okay if I drop him down? Because I'm fucking tired of him being disingenuous.
This is what people don't get. If a God's gonna heal you, that shit gonna be perfect.
Not even that, though. And the shit that irritates is why would the God give you the cancer in the first place?
Yeah, this is
the whole thing with the God's will. What would have been? Why would God do it in the first place? If it's God's will.
So he wait. No, I tell you, come on. He got
so he can heal you. Somebody has to be.
Yeah, he come on. I tell you, you're not a good Christian.
I get it. I know. I know why. I know why. Because when I lost my dad, you know how many fucking Christians told me that shit. That it was a test for my will, and because now I don't believe. Now I failed the test. Well, sorry, sir. I failed the test after my dad died. I didn't fail it during the time. But after he passed, and then my test, and then a quote, my faith was shaky. It was shaky, and then I started questioning. I apparently failed the test. Well, what the hell did I fail? Because I literally lost the person I was trying to save in the first place. So
exactly. Yeah.
Reggie, the level of ignorance and the stupidity. I just don't get it.
No, I hate it. I hate
it. I'm gonna go ahead and fucking kick your ass the fuck up out of here because I don't have time.
I hate when they say that shit. Like his whole story irritates me, and I was literally saying that about listening to him, and I was like, I really do hate when they do that I really do hate when they sit there and say, well, oh, this happened and I prayed and this person was healed. God healed. I hate that shit because you don't understand what you're really fucking saying. What you're saying is that some reason God favored you over millions of other people.
Right.
They're
So
lying.
let me introduce the guest here. So for I can't see whatever the rest of what your name is. Let me get your age and religion.
I'm 45. I practice Ifa.
What?
Are you African? You're African?
Okay.
African descent.
You're gonna have to give us. You're gonna have to tell us what that is.
Yeah.
It's that shit that Dr. Umar think he is.
No.
I wish Afro. Hold on. Matter of fact, Afro. Can you come? I know. Listen, Afro's on my other stream, right? Afro's on my YouTube stream. If you can, Afro, come to my YouTube page. I mean, my TikTok. If you still can hear me.
What made you get into Ifa? So
Christianity.
What do you mean? Like, can you explain that?
Because I was being told I was going to hell for everything I did.
Right.
But you were.
No, but why? But all right. So you were okay. So you were being told you were going to hell for everything you did. So you turned to Ifa?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So the conversation is about prayer, though.
Like wherever your mind, and that's how I feel.
I agree.
And just to let everybody know up here,
How long have you been studying Ifa?
almost 2 years.
And just I understand that you want to say that. Can you explain to me fixes the cancer that someone will have? They've got terminal cancer. They have positive thoughts. Tell us how the positive thoughts fixes the cancer.
It's been scientifically proven. When you're in a positive place, you have positive things. When you're in a negative place, you have negative things. It's your mind. It's your mindset.
Okay, but still, you can.
I answered your question.
Thoughts.
I answered.
Okay, and
I answered your question.
Thought. Yeah, but right now I'm having a dialogue with you.
It's a Q&A, sir.
That's kind of.
It's not. No. We do dialogue here.
Tomato. Let's go.
That's not what it is, sir.
The bottom line is that people positively die from cancer every day, thinking positively. Positive thoughts without action is useless. You can have I can sit here and positively think, you know what? Wow, you know what? I'm gonna lose this 20 pounds I want to lose. And I'm gonna do all this hiking and things are gonna be great. And then I get up and go to bed every night. Guess what's gonna happen? I've got positive thoughts. That's what's gonna happen.
I understand. So the positive thought that you had, you should have reacted on it.
This is the point I'm making to you is this: we are not some magical being that magically.
I didn't say.
I can be positive. Yeah, but by saying positive thoughts The only thing that causes positive things is the things that I do or the things that happen coincidentally to me. And most of the things in your life, you're not in control over. You have this little small circle of stuff that you control of, right? And you can go to work, you can save money, you can do these things, you can do that thing, right? But driving down the road, you have no control with the car that's going to hit you. My point is, in life, I understand we should be positive in the way we look at things, but we should not be fooled into thinking that positive thoughts is going to make your outcomes better. Your work, your diligence is going to make your outcomes better, not your thoughts. You have to do work. You have to do action.
It's still a thought. It's still a thought.
No,
So
it is a thought, but
my actions aren't.
Hold on.
What's still a thought, man?
Who the hell?
You have.
First of all,
everything's a thought.
you're not finna tell nobody else to hold on when you've been interrupting everybody this entire time.
I mean, he asked me a question. I'm not being rude.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm not a negative
Go ahead.
person. You know what I'm saying? That's not me.
So
everything is a thought. Like, you have to think. You have a brain, right?
Probably.
Correct. I mean, well,
probably.
We all are supposed to have. We all are supposed to have.
Right.
So
okay. So we have a brain. Okay.
Everything's a thought. You know what I'm saying? You got to react on your thought. It's what you want to do for yourself. It's you.
I understand.
It's not a prayer.
Listen,
That's why I said prayer doesn't work.
No, prayer doesn't work. But I don't buy into the woo of positive thoughts makes positive things. The bottom line, positive actions make positive things. Sometimes you can do the action, right? The shit just don't work out. You can do everything as positive as you want, and things don't work out. And that's just the way life is. And yeah, you try again the next time. But you know where I get my confidence from? My confidence comes from success, not positive thoughts.
And I get what you're saying. So you already know I get what you're saying, but I get what you're saying. So, but yeah, the whole positive thought thing, like you could think positively, right? And you could be in a situation and think positively, and it still just mess up. Like situations are going to be outcome of the situation is just not going to be a good outcome of the situation, right? But I will say I do agree trying to have a positive mindset can make things less worse. You feel me?
Yeah.
For instance, right, when my dad was he was going through his cancer thing, he was really depressed when he was going through it, and that was my whole thing to him, was like, hey, like, try to be positive, right? Like, but be positive, because we knew, right? He didn't have long. He knew he didn't have long. And I mean, it could have been selfish, but my thing was more so like, I know he was in a lot, like, my thing was be positive. Like, we're here. I would go to my dad's house every day. Like, he was around my son every day. I made sure that he seen my son every day. I made sure that, all that. Like, I'm trying to put positive thoughts, but it didn't change the situation. You feel me? Like, he was still unaliving.
I understand. May I say something? I can say this. I can just speak for what has worked for me. We all are different. Growing up, I always thought I was going to be sick. Always. So what I thought about, it manifests. And when I actually found out it was written on paper, like, that's when I really, it took me over. It took me over. So I'm speaking for myself.
No, I know, but what do you mean?
It was my thinking. I did it to myself.
Right, but why did you think you were always going to be sick?
Because I have a history of cancer in my family.
So since you were a child, you thought you were going to have cancer?
Yeah.
So stress.
My sister did it too. And like that's what I'm saying. It's our minds. Like if your mind is somewhere, it will raise the cortisol in your body. It will make you sick. I told y'all I'm a herbalist. I study this. It's not.
You could put yourself into a mindset of being sick, but we know that happens though, right? We know that scientifically that can happen, right? People that don't have anything wrong with them could literally think themselves into being sick, right? Women that are not pregnant could literally think themselves into the symptoms of pregnancy. People that take placebos could literally believe that they're fine and their body will react to that thing. But the thing is though, with all of that is, right, your body may experience symptoms, but that doesn't mean it's actually happening. Like a person, right, that believes that she's pregnant and she feels like she's pregnant and she wholeheartedly believes that and she's telling herself that is not pregnant. You feel me? Like somebody who honestly believes that they believe is making them sick, that doesn't mean that they're actually sick. You know what I mean? Your mind.
I understand, but so
agree with effect got them all stressed out, and then I am not saying not to think positively, but thinking positively is not a panacea. That's my point. You think positive.
It's not going to make you better at all.
That's right.
Okay, like
yeah, you think positive. That's my point. You think positive. I'll keep trying until it happens, right? But the positive thing isn't doing it. That's what I'm saying.
Like right. I said, I'm not disagreeing with anybody. I'm just saying what has worked for me. I mean, everybody else believe what you're wrong.
I think Mother wants to say something. Mother.
No, I just wanted to add something. I hear what you're saying about like being positive, that it can change how you do the work. But even with what you're describing, and I do understand the stress hormone of cortisol manifests while you were stressing over not having cancer, it still couldn't give you cancer. It can give you other health. It can give you other health conditions like hypertension or anxiety or metabolic disorders. Just having a high cortisol level, but you being stressed about cancer isn't going to give you cancer. And to Rich's point about like doing activities that can lead to success, while it's good to have a positive attitude while doing it, because that again, when you have a decreased cortisol level, you can think more clearly. It could be more rewarding for you, but you still have to do make this that you're working on. Like thinking positively about it isn't necessarily going to be what leads to the success. It's more so like you doing the work, having the expertise, doing the research, the intel, all of that stuff is what will win to the success of that.
Mm-hmm. Which is that's it, and that's what I was trying to say. Like we know the placebo effect works. We know that it works, right? We know that again that people, women that honestly wholeheartedly believe that they're pregnant and then they act as if they are pregnant to find out it's a phantom pregnancy, right? You were never pregnant, but they have morning sickness. They have all because you're telling yourself this, and then you honestly believe that this is what's going on, so you honestly believe it. Like people who actually have, not bad, but people who have diseases and people who have illnesses that take a sugar pill and they believe that they're getting better. We see that they're less stressed out. We see that they're more active. Like they honestly believe that they're doing better. Right. And so because they honestly believe it, they act as if they're, even though they're still sick, they act as if they're better. They believe that they're better, but it's still a phantom thing, right? You still have these things.
I think you're getting the pill that has the impact, you know, and so that could be enough to mask the illness health, where maybe it's not really there, and it doesn't last long because the illness is still there. So I mean, we how positivity helpful, but it's not all there is. You know, you still have to like do the work too.
I totally understand. That's why I say I'm not a Christian, because this is what Christians do. If you don't pray, you're going to hell. If you don't do this, you're going to hell. So it's been drilled into people. If you don't do this, this is what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Very
like
transactional.
a lot of people, they've been programmed. You know what I'm saying? So if you've been programmed, everything I did was, you're going to hell, you're going to hell. So I was like, damn, let me do my own thing. That's all I'm saying. Like, it ain't prayer. Because if it was prayer, if prayer worked, none of our ancestors would have been enslaved. None of them. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
I agree with that.
Call me old buddy, man. So why you call me old buddy, man?
You feel some type of way about me calling you old buddy?
Why you call me old buddy? I'm just messing with you, man.
But you know what the Christians would say in that is that the Africans didn't know about Jesus at the time, that they were doing their, you know, that they were praying to the wrong people. And that's what, you know, so
okay, and I'm going to correct you on that. Like in EFI, we don't pray to.
Well, it doesn't have to be specifically. It's anything pre-colonial influence of European religion that they imposed on Africans. They could say that's why, you know, because it wasn't there before they were put on boats. Like they were, you know, doing Allah. Some of them had their own spiritual practices. Whatever the case, it was not so much Christianity. So they would say that it didn't work because they weren't praying to the right God.
Right.
Can I say something?
You guys know that there's, do you know there's a placebo effect, but do you know there's called a nocebo effect? That means the negative things. Like, you know, people will say, Wi-Fi gives me headaches, right? And they'll say that when they think the Wi-Fi is on, right? And I was reading about this the other day. But when they put them in controlled situations, there is no nocebo effect. But they put themselves into this zone because they think the Wi-Fi is on. They say they got a headache, right? But when they put a dummy Wi-Fi box in there with nothing in it, and they look at it, they say they got a headache, but there's nothing on.
Right. That's I said. That's why it works. Both can manifest, or manifest sick. The symptoms of being sick.
Right.
Yeah, they start.
And I think Mother being a medical professional, they have studied that stress does.
I pull an all-nighter, I'm gonna be sick. Like it definitely does. The cortisol and like all be sick. More so dealing with more like updated data, and cortisol is a big thing. It's why it's hard for us to lose our belly fat because we carry the stress in it. You know,
it's a cushion.
Definitely a lot. Right. I mean, and it, you know, a lot of metabolic conditions, diabetes, autoimmune conditions, like
body coming into defense, because like when you think it's something wrong, your body is going to react like, okay, it's something wrong. We got to protect it.
Right.
And, you know, like in too much of coming, something will cause certain things. That's all I'm saying.
But even you know, going to your positivity thing, like it can